In this short video series, we are going to discuss some of the ways in which certain rhythmic durations can be extended. However, if you are unfamiliar with basic rhythmic durations such as whole notes, half notes, quarter notes, and eighth notes, please take the time to review these subjects by clicking on the links in the description below. The dot is a symbol in music which, when placed next to a note or rest, increases the rhythmic duration of that note by half of its original value. For example, a half note on any staff position sounds for 2 full beats, and a half rest requires 2 beats of silence. When a dot is placed next to a half note, the duration of that note increases from 2 beats to 3 beats. Here's why. If a half note sounds for 2 beats, and a dot adds half of that note's original value, because half of 2 equals 1, and 2 plus 1 equals 3, the duration of a dotted half note is therefore 3 beats. Likewise, a dot placed next to a whole note would increase its rhythmic duration from 4 beats to 6 beats. Knowing that half of 4 equals 2, and 4 plus 2 equals 6, a dotted whole note would then sound for 6 beats. For this reason, a dotted whole note may not be used in a measure with a 4/4 time signature. The time signature would have to allow for the equivalent of 6 equal beats in each measure in order to hold a dotted whole note. Seeing how a quarter note placed on any staff position sounds for 1 full beat, when a dot is placed next to a quarter note, its duration extends from 1 beat to 1.5 beats. Knowing that each quarter note can be rhythmically subdivided into 2 equal eighth notes, the duration of a dotted quarter note can essentially be looked at as being comparatively the same as the combination of 1 quarter note and 1 eighth note. Therefore, when a dotted quarter note is placed on a downbeat, it will pass through the next downbeat and extend until the following upbeat. On the other hand, if a dotted quarter note was placed on an upbeat, it would then extend through the following downbeat and upbeat. The next note or rest will be played on the following downbeat. Here is how it sounds. Because an eighth note can be subdivided into 2 equal 16th notes, when a dot is placed next to an eighth note, it extends the rhythmic duration of that note to the equivalent of 3 equal 16th notes. This means that a dotted eighth note played directly on the downbeat will be counted by saying 1 E end. The remainder of the beat is then filled with a single 16th note or 16th rest. In the following example, we can see that beats 1 and 3 have been subdivided into 4 equal 16th notes, while beats 2 and 4 contain a dotted eighth note and 16th note. Now, it is also possible to have a dotted eighth note placed on the second 16th note subdivision of the downbeat. In this situation, the dotted eighth note would sustain through the E and A part of the beat. In the next video, we are going to talk about the tie. We will see how, like the dot, the tie also extends the rhythmic duration of the note it is connected to.